Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Headlines. Today we're going to go to the Balkans and talk about some of this prehistoric cave art they found there. I'm going to let you guys be the judge, because when I saw the evidence, I thought for sure that it was cave art. Let me just walk you through this. So these guys went into this cave in Croatia, and they came across this. For me, obviously it looks like a bison or of some sort, right? Or some sort of game animal. Or could it be like some mold, some fungus, just some remnant of, I don't know, some residue from something that was there a long time ago? Or was it deliberately put there? Was there an artist behind it? Was there a rhyme and reason to an image that someone was envisioning and then they put that onto the wall? I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, was that put there intentionally? And obviously it looks like it, and they did a digital tracing of it. When confronted with that, it seems obvious that there were people with some capability of abstract thought to put that down. And we're going to get to the ages in a second. It's just mind-blowing that this stuff is still coming out. And the interesting thing is they found it in the Balkans. So, and the Balkans, they don't really have much there in terms of cave paintings, and it's the first example of Paleolithic figurative cave art found in the Balkan Peninsula. Oh, I thought they had like a younger one, but no, this is the first one. Okay, it could be up to 34,000 years old. The cave art was first discovered in 2010 in Romuald's cave in Istria in Croatia, and that red color is what this guy was. His name's Darko Komso. I think that's how you say it. He was the guy who was confronted with that image I just showed you. So among the stuff that they found, in addition to that bison, was paintings of an ibex, two anthropomorphic figures. Again, this idea of anthropomorphic people are now confirmed not only in Spain and in Australia, but now in other places too, but now in the Balkans. So this idea, the anthropomorph, is, I guess you could say, a worldly idea now. That goes back, like, it's an ancient idea. Furthermore, an excavation made in the ground below these paintings led to a discovery of a number of Paleolithic age remains, a flint tool, an ochre crayon, and several fragments of charcoal. So whenever they find anything like this, that means there are people around for a while. So this wasn't just some remote thing, this remote place where people just got away and just wrote this down, and then they went back and it was super remote from where they actually were. No, this had to be either part of the community or a well-known site that people frequented, because they're finding not only the instruments to draw draw their images, that crayon, but also charcoal. They're probably cooking, or they have fires, like campfires or something, and then a flint tool, which is the standard for that time. But again, that's not just something that you find in the middle of nowhere. So they radiocarbon dated these objects, and the range is kind of long. Some say 17,000 years, and then indirect data suggests that 34,000 to 31,000 years date. So I don't know exactly what that indirect data is. Either way, it's significant enough to report that it could be up to 34,000 years, and might even be older than that. Who knows? Either way, both of those dates predate the Ice Age, or predate the end of the Ice Age. Who knows how old they really are, but they go way back. The findings were published in the journal Antiquity, which is a legitimate journal. The first site, this Romualda cave, is the first site where the figurative Paleolithic rock art has been discovered in the area. The only examples of rock art from the Paleolithic period in the Balkans. Okay, I just said that like 5 minutes ago. Let's take a look at the map. So here are the Balkans, and this is probably a better map right here. This is modern day, I think. Yeah, this is modern day. And as you can see, Turkey's here. So this is Asia Minor. This is like the land bridge to Asia Minor. Greece, Turkey, we find these two very ancient, Macedonia, like these two ancient places where people and civilization has been thought to come from, especially Turkey. But it's surprising that they didn't have any cave art there. And so when piecing together like what happened the past 50,000 years or so on the Earth, it kind of rearranges what you think of the Balkans. So now that we know that there's cave paintings there, and along in Spain and France as well, then that must mean there were people populating that part of Europe too at that time period. It was very, very interesting. So it wasn't like it was uninhabited forever, and then when the remnants of Gobekli Tepe, the people who brought agriculture, I talked about in my last video how agriculture seemed to spread from this one spot, and then you could see the progression of the timeline of these civilizations adopting agriculture. It's not like those early settlers from Gobekli Tepe just got there at some different land that was uninhabited. No, that place was inhabited too. So maybe they knew somehow that this place wasn't uncharted territory, so to speak. Maybe they had their own legends of the Balkans. And there are all kinds of different legends of the Balkans, like a lot of them dating to Zeus. Like Zeus had a battle with somebody, and then that blood got on the Balkans, and that's where like its ancient name came from. Another one, Zeus turned the old king of Thrace into a mountain for something. He got pissed off at him for some reason. I don't know the story exactly, but that's just what I recall off the top of my head. And then here's another thing. There's this culture called the Iron Gate people, the Iron Gate culture or something like that, and it's based on some of these sites in the Balkans that date between, the dates are crazy, between 11,000 to 3,500 years. And that's really interesting. And one of these sculptures were found at the Iron Gate site, and it looks very familiar, right? So if you look at stuff in South America and Gobekli Tepe, I forget which part of Gobekli Tepe. Is it Pillar 41, something like that, 41D or something like that, or Enclosure D, something like that. They have these sculptures that are very similar. They're especially with the hands on the stomach like that, and but the faces are different. But the overall posture is very similar. And they've found this. Well, they've found this before. So again, it just adds another layer of this mystery to the Balkans. And let me just show you a picture. Yeah, here we go. Right, and the Easter Islands, very similar too. I think this is in South America, and this is the Gobekli Tepe one. And you see these fingers here across the belly, and then you see the same thing here too. So I don't know. Maybe that's not anything, but I think that's very curious. So perhaps the culture extended beyond not just in Turkey or South America or Easter Island or anything like that. Maybe they were also part of this network of ancient cultures, right? And perhaps they were maritime, because again, the Balkans are a peninsula, so it would make sense if there were a maritime civilization, the Balkans would be among them. If there were people there, especially people who were advanced enough to make cave paintings and these statues like this. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of the Balkans, if you have any information on that. And I'm probably gonna start streaming on DLive pretty soon. I did a test stream, and I'm an idiot, and I deleted it on accident because I was trying to delete the test. There was an initial test stream just to see if my equipment was working, and then I started the actual stream after that, and then I wanted to go back and delete the test stream, and then I ended up deleting both. I don't know. I'm an idiot. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys later.